Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
Fargo Public School parents are protesting the district's plan to move to distance learning next week. This gathering was planned when the school district made the announcement just last week. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley is live with more. Bailey?
Yeah, Kelly, the protest isn't going on anymore. Actually, what they were calling it was a peaceful gathering, but it was here in front of the district office. It was going on for about an hour, hour and a half. Parents are no longer here, but most of the things that parents had to say today is with less than 0.5% of the Fargo Public School population infected with COVID-19, they don't understand why students are being moved distance learning for the next 2 weeks. They want to stay hybrid, but most of all, parents say they want their kids to go back full time. Parents were here with signs. Yeah, I'm sure that's on your screen right now. Everybody had a sign. There was no chance. It was a very peaceful gathering. Parents just really want that their message to be heard by district officials. They said that tomorrow a Zoom meeting is being held with lots of parents involved. They are Zooming with Superintendent Rupak Gandhi. They say that they hope that their concerns are heard and that they hope that their students will not have to do that distance learning for the next 2 weeks. Again, that's just the middle and high school students from October 5th to the 19th. They say that they hope that gets canceled, and they hope that there's some sort of conversation sparked within the COVID committee and within the district that hopes or that gets those students back into full-time learning sometime soon. We'll have more on that tonight on Valley News Live at 5. For now, reporting live in downtown Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
Thanks, Bailey, for that live report. And here's a look at today's top 4 at 4. A man is in the hospital after a police chase in Grand Forks this morning. Police say they pulled over a driver around 3:30 a.m. along University Avenue. When he got out of his pickup, he got back in and then took off. Sean Bjork was arrested for many charges like reckless endangerment, DUI, driving under suspension, and drug possession. He was taken to the hospital and is going to be okay. And residents of a South Fargo apartment building may be looking for a new place to stay after a fire this afternoon. Fire crews went to a call about an apartment floor that was smoking. When they got there, they saw smoke on the 2nd and 3rd floors. Crews found a mild fire with heavy smoke in the kitchen. There's no word on the cause of that fire. And authorities are now releasing the name of a hunter who was found dead in central Minnesota. The Candy-Ojai County Sheriff's Department says Alan Marcus from Wilmer told family he was going out hunting, but he never came back. Authorities searched the area where the man was hunting on Saturday and found his body. Deputies say he may have died because of a medical condition. And police in Minnesota are reminding you to watch for farmers driving heavy machinery on area roads. This comes after a tractor was rear-ended by a car on Highway 10 yesterday. The driver of the car was taken to a hospital and the driver of the tractor was not hurt. That's a quick look at today's top 4 at 4. Now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson for our first look at our weather.
Well, it feels like a Monday. A lot of clouds out there, cool weather to start our work week, and we have more of that. Where it came from. Peak wind gusts today approached 40 miles per hour in places like Cooperstown and here in the Red River Valley, and it was plenty windy in western Minnesota as well. Those winds ushered in some sprinkles of rain, nothing too heavy or organized. Those are exiting to the south as temperatures range from the upper 40s in Bemidji to upper 50s in the Devil's Lake Basin. Your planner shows that these gusty winds will continue through sunset and temperatures at bedtime will slip into the 40s. Sunset tonight, 7:12 p.m. in Grand Forks. You can see a little blue in the sky there off the dike as we take a look at temperatures in the 40s there by bedtime as well. Overnight, there will be some rain moving in. I'll have details on what you can expect. We'll track and time that. And we'll talk about some even colder air coming our way here in just a couple of moments.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. And in Minnesota, the Department of Health is reporting 936 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 7 deaths linked to the illness. In North Dakota, there are 260 new cases, along with 3 more deaths in the state. The death toll now sits at 234. And 2 teenagers are hurt after nearly missing a moose on the highway. It happened around 8:30 last night near Towner, North Dakota. Deputies say 2 girls were on the way to Minot when the moose walked onto the road. The driver swerved, lost control, went into the median, and the car rolled. Neither teen was seriously hurt and didn't hit the moose. And if you have an overdue book from the Fargo Public Library, you won't need to worry about paying a penalty when you bring it back. The library says its Board of Trustees voted to get rid of the fees to give more access to library services. They also say late fees aren't actually that effective at preventing late check-ins. Most people turn items in on time, regardless of potential late fees. The library will continue charging people for lost or damaged items. And demands for racial justice and equality echoed through downtown Minneapolis over the weekend as hundreds turned out in support of Breonna Taylor. Kate Radatz shows how all people of all backgrounds came together to demand change.
As a fanless U.S. Bank Stadium hosted the Minnesota Vikings game Sunday, across the street there was a call for justice, hoping to place attention on the importance of the life of Breonna Taylor, the importance of black lives.
All my friends, they out watching the game today, and it's like I gotta be the one that's gonna make change.
The event was organized by the 10K Foundation.
I think people have to really decide here and now what they want their lives to be individually and what their vision for America really looks like, and then decide what it'll take to achieve those things.
The event comes 4 days after it was announced the police involved in Taylor's death would not face murder charges.
The decision seems somewhat of a mockery.
The protest began with chanting, music, and speakers. Then they marched.
Thank y'all for fighting with us. Thank you for fighting like
Heather brought her family, including her 2 children, along.
I think it's really important that we all show up and stand united about reforming our justice system. And I think it's more important that white people show up and ally themselves with what's changing in our America.
The crowd made their way down 7th Street to First Avenue, where flowers were placed on the road. Organizers called the day Red Sunday.
Today is going to represent blood spilled without justice.
The march stopped here at the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis with a die-in. Protesters said they would not give up on justice for Taylor. Kate Raditz, WCCO 4 News.
One of the officers involved in Taylor's death is facing 3 counts from the raid for firing into the apartment next door. And President Trump is under fire for his federal income taxes. We'll tell you what this means for the upcoming presidential debate next on Valley News Live at 4.
Clouds and showers to begin our work week, and we will have a little bit of a warming trend to talk about, but I'll tell you how long it takes to get here coming up right after this.